Hey everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. New day, new cup. I'm going to try something. It's similar to something I've done already in I will link to that video below. I took a big sheet of rice paper that had some beautiful vintage looking painting on it, basically with some words and things, ephemera looking, and I wrapped it around a tumbler and I added a little washi tape and it was beautiful. This time I want to go a little further with the same sort of idea. I want to do a junk journal page on a tumbler, and I'm going to try and do this one with a general sort of travel theme, although I'm going to stretch the boundaries of that idea just a little bit. I have a map already. I downloaded a beautiful map from the Paper Outpost. Again, I will link to everything below. Printed that out on a big sheet of sticker paper, basically. I have a ton of stickers from AliExpress, all kind of sort of travel related, up to a point anyway. And I have a whole mess of also kind of sort of travel, oh no wait, the cactuses aren't travel related. Kind of sort of travel related, oh no, not the Christmas trees either. What the heck? I thought I sorted these better. Anyway, kind of sort of related to travel, maybe a little. Sort of. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to use all this stuff, although I'm going to use the map. But I have all these things available to me, and I'm going to try and do something that looks kind of cool. So here we go. I have trimmed down my map so that it should meet up beautifully. And I've ripped off just a little bit of the backing paper here so I can start it with that. Hopefully getting these to line up. I was hoping at the top. I want them to line up at the top. They won't be as perfect at the bottom, but that's okay. Can you see that? Okay. I think that's good. Okay, I'm going in. We're going in. Yeah, if you are interested at all in the concept of junk journaling and you don't already watch the Paper Outpost channel, boy, you need to go there. You need to subscribe. She is amazing. And she's so much fun to listen to. Sometimes, even though I've seen the video before, I will just put it on and listen to her talk because she's funny and she has a pleasant voice. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna keep the backing paper on as long as I can, as the saying goes, and use the soft side of a squeegee. And I'm just gonna encourage everything to stay flat and wrinkle-free. Well, it's pretty good. Good at the top, close enough at the bottom. All right, it does not match up perfectly. This is not a seamless map. I don't think there's any such thing if it's an actual map of anything. Maybe there is, but I just thought this was a beautiful old and antique, vintage, however you want to say it, foreign-based for us here in the US, because we're not even on it. Here's Europe up here, here's Africa. So yeah, the West Indies, not a whole lot of North America going on, but that's okay. Like I said, I thought it was just gorgeous looking. The only thing it's missing is a little spot somewhere in the ocean that says, "Here there be dragons." That would have been really cool, but I think that would have been a little older map than this one. Okay, so what happens next? Next, I just sort of go nuts. Now, I'm not looking to cover up everything, but at the same time, other than certain spots that are particularly colorful, I have no problem putting things places. If you look at my collection of stickers, I actually did find some things that represent places in the world I have been in my life, like Paris. And here is I believe, a train ticket in France. I have been to Nantes, as well as Paris. So there's another French. London Underground, lived there for a few years. Sweden, I have never been to Sweden. This may not work anyway. By the time you put it on something like this, it's just going to disappear. So probably won't use that one. There's going to be a lot of this, and I will try and go through these things as fast as possible. I'm not sure why I got these out. They're typewriter key letters, and yeah, I thought it might be fun, maybe, but maybe on a different tumbler. We do have things that say to do, and plan and list. And I will tell you that anytime I'm going to travel, I make lists, and then I make lists of lists. And I can't get enough lists in order to try not to forget anything I have to do before I travel. Some tickets, a bit of a calendar. Here are some more maps. So those might work, maybe not. Again, I'm not going to use all of this stuff. I'm just showing you what I've pulled out that's possible. This really has nothing to do with travel, except it's something from London, and you can read bits of it. Dear all, Anne and I are in from, I sort of can't see much of it after that. On my washi tape, I have a Scenes Out the Window washi tape. So I thought maybe one of these would add a pop of color somewhere. Again, a lot of this will disappear if I put it onto the map. So I need to be conscious of that. Here we have some travel related stuff. We have a travel journal, a globe, glasses. Not sure what the box is all about. Letters, suitcase. You know, maybe the suitcase one, that seems kind of obvious, huh? I like this washi tape they've started selling at AliExpress because it has backing paper on it. So basically these are stickers. You can use it as washi tape. You can also use it as individual stickers. This one, not so much travel related. Pretty pops of color, maybe. This one is both pretty pops of color and travel related. I have never been up in a hot air balloon. I have no interest in doing that. Sort of like I have no interest in skydiving, but to each their own. Here we have some travel vistas. I think if you watched my AliExpress haul video, you'll know I've been up in the Tower of Pisa. There's Paris again. Tower of London or London Bridge. There's Australia. I have never been to Australia. My sister has, but I'm starting to think this stage in my life I may never get there, and I've seen how big the spiders are, and I have no interest in doing that. Not my cup of tea. Here we have some more travel vistas. This is regular washi tape, and I'm not sure why Marilyn Monroe is in there, but you know, why not? I'm sure she did a lot of traveling. So that's what we're working with, and I am going to probably stop talking because I'm losing my voice anyway, and I'm just going to start putting things on here, and it may or may not make sense. Oh, here's the White House on a postage stamp, so I thought that was pretty cool. I have been there. And we have, oh gosh, what did I say that already? Train tickets, more postage stamps, Arc de Triomphe. Here is a sticker for Madrid, Spain. Here is a German travel ticket, and I have not been there. I have been to other places. I lived in Germany for a year, but did not go here. I lived in a town called Oberwolfach. There you go, if you ever need to know that about me. There's a very Trivial Pursuit question. Where did Luxinda Swirl spend a year when she was 3 years old? Oberwolfach, Germany. There you go. All right, time to start sticking stuff. Now I have to figure out where and what. Here we go. All right, I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks. I wasn't sure. I like this. I really like this. All right, so what happens next, you may wonder? These things are all printed, and including what I printed on the printable vinyl sticker paper. So none of it theoretically needs to be sealed before we go to resin. However, because we have lots of different layers of things now, I am going to take the whole thing outside and spray it with a couple coats of Rust-Oleum 2X clear spray. So take this out and seal it. It'd be nice if I had something to cover this up. Ooh. Okay, seal everything on here, and then we'll come back and we'll do a layer of resin. Stay tuned. And we're back. Okay, I think I made it sound at the end of the last clip that you just saw, like I was going to finish this cup and take you to the big reveal at the end, but I decided I wanted to put a saying on it. I've taken some sandpaper. There were a couple bubble spots I wanted to eliminate. That's what happens when you do a bunch of layers of things. You sometimes get a little bit of you sometimes have a few bubbles sneak out from underneath the edge of a whatever the layer item is. Cause some, even though I torched it a couple of times. But the great thing about this tumbler is it's got a vintage look to it in the first place. So a little bit of sanding, a little bit of scuffing. Most of it won't show anyway when I put the next layer of epoxy resin on. But if for some reason I scuffed a little too far with my sandpaper, it's actually fine because this is all supposed to look vintage and well worn anyway. So cool. This is good to go. I am now going to put something on it because I decided, to me this has a theme, vintage travel. But, you know, it may not be a theme enough or themey enough. Let's try Junk Journal Junkie. And I went on the internet and I found something, well, there are a bunch of different fonts called Ransom Note, which is basically the idea where you cut every letter out of a different article in magazines, newspapers, advertisements, whatever, and you end up with all of your letters looking different. Because I figure that's kind of sort of what junk journaling is. It's taking bits and pieces of things and putting them all together. So I found one called Paul's Ransom Note. I think that's it. I'll link to it below. It was free on DaFont. And I downloaded it and I played around with it using the offset function and print then cut. And I did a couple versions. I think this is a little too bright and I'm modern day looking for what I've got here. So I'm going to go with this one instead. Go for the middle first. And then work your way out. There we go. Now, I'll turn this to the side, get some parchment paper, the soft side of my squeegee so I don't actually damage anything here. And I'm just going to burnish the bejeebers out of it. All right, so that should be on there good and stuck. Okay, so back out on the deck, finish up my little light sanding. I've got a couple of bumps on the bottom I can take care of. And then I'm going to a couple coats of Rust-Oleum 2X clear matte spray. So the next time you see this, it will be hopefully outside in the sunshine for the big reveal. I am going to put into my final layer of resin that goes over everything now, I'm going to put Marabou Rainbow Alcohol ink. Just give it a little twinkle, you know? See you for the big reveal.